Good afternoon, everyone. That, I'm sure you can hear it. I'm not sure if you can see it. That, I believe, is a DPI helicopter treating for fire ants. I think. It's supposed to be treating fire ants in the area at the moment. So, yeah, whether or not they succeed or not is another matter. They finally came and treated the two that I had on the property. Yeah, I am having so little luck with the garden and the ducks. Well, the ducks I'm having heaps of luck with, but the duckponics, I'm having no luck growing plants in this water. I'm not sure what it is. I should probably get it tested, but I don't know where to get it tested. But the plants just are not thriving. Not thriving at all. And worse yet, I put a heap of water in here and the fish aren't very happy. I mean, the plants aren't happy at the moment, but that's because they're getting too much sun. But yeah, there's just stunted growth. Things just are not growing well. And it's not the goats getting to it this time. Miracle of miracles. I got the plant in on the property that the goats aren't getting to. But I mean, this is kale. This is the wrong time of year for kale to grow in Queensland. So I can't complain too much. And this bed really will get full sun all day. So I really should get some shade over the top of it. But eggplants wasn't looking happy when I put it in there, so it's at least got a few green shoots on it. The lamandra grass is not doing well at all. I know the ducks have been eating it a bit, so that may not be helping it. But yeah, I'm just really disappointed with this. I know capsicum's starting to get some new shoots. All those pond plants that I got, I don't know whether they all got eaten or they just died, but they're gone. It was a huge amount of work down the drain or into the ducks or the fish. I'm not sure. But the ducks can't get to this stuff. I mean, the water's just looking disgusting. It really is. I mean, the ducks are still liking it, so it can't be too tragic. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this. I've had somebody suggest that once the pool actually dries out to actually line it with something. That there might be something in the wall of the pool that's reacting with the water. It's possible. Well, anything's possible. I really don't know. But what is obvious is it's very low on water. Although the advantage of the water I've got here, at least it shouldn't be salty. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be salty. My neighbours have actually just found out that all of their dam water is now salty, so they're now having to give their horses water. And turns out that the entire area, that once we go into drought, all the dams go salty. So yeah, salty dams aren't very helpful. It does make me rethink my thoughts on putting in a dam. The swimming pool may just be my dam. And that kind of works. The ducklings are getting bigger. They've got a lot of their adult feathers now. Still can't tell what gender they are. But that's okay. it can't be too salty. If the water's salty, it can't be too salty because the ducks are drinking the pond water anyway. They prefer the fresh water, but they do drink the water in the pool. Would you believe that bucket was actually full of food about 5 minutes ago? No, okay, maybe 15. Maybe half an hour actually. I don't know how long ago it was. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the water in this pool. It's very, very strange. It's obviously got an algae bloom at the moment. Just making the ducklings a bit green, but they don't seem to care. So I'm thinking if the water was too salty, they wouldn't be drinking it. And they're definitely drinking it. But I need to get my chores done. I've gotten most of them done. I just need to do the goats now. But can't do that while I'm standing here. Oh, look at that duck. Look what that's eating. It's eating my passion fruit vine. I got a couple of them vines that are actually getting tall enough for the ducks not to be able to reach now. And my experiment down the other end with the seeds hasn't worked quite so well, simply because we haven't had the rain. I mean, if I went in there and watered it, it'd be completely different. It'd be growing beautifully. But I haven't been going in and watering it. Honestly, growing plants is a lot of work. I personally find it a lot easier to raise the animals than the plants. I mean, plants, you've got to water each individual plant. With the animals, they just need to fill up a bucket. They just need to fill up a trough so they can access the water, and they water themselves. Not with plants. Plants, I've got to go around and water each individual plant. I mean, I could set up irrigation, but and these plants here, they have not recovered from the goats trimming them that day. Although the mulberry's starting to come back. And I'm not sure about this moringa. This moringa may actually not be dead. It may. I'm keeping an eye on these shoots. They may be alive. It might be alive. I'm not sure. I mean, one of those shoots is definitely dead, but the other one looks like it might be alive. That one, yeah, I just don't know. I'm not going to give up on it though. I keep giving it some water just in case. How do we go check on the other one? Let's go check on the other trees. See how they're going. Might get them some water too, actually. I don't know where I've got the hose at the moment. Looks like it's right down the bottom. If I'm wandering down here, I may as well. Matthew did not put that back where he got it from. I'm going to have to move that before I try and do the goats. Turn my hose on. This is just water that I've collected off the milk shed. So the hose goes down there, around there. At the moment I've got it down here at the mulberry. Not sure how lily-pillies cope in floods. I do need to be very careful on what I plant down here because it all does go underwater when it floods. So yes, I don't know how lily-pillies go. I didn't think to check on that one. Oh, I think I did. Actually, no, I did. When I bought them, I checked on that. And I'm pretty sure they said lily pillies were fine in floods. Mulberries are definitely okay. Pigeon peas, I don't really care. The pigeon peas are here as a support species. They're a lovely little nitrogen fixer, the pigeon peas. And they'll be good fodder for the goats too. And growing them here just means that they're feeding the mulberry, which the goats also like to eat, which is a problem. So I need to put some sort of protection up around this little guy to keep it safe from said goats. Oh look, a little friendly magpie. My old next door neighbours used to feed magpies, so these little magpies are very friendly. But I was going to show you the moringa, wasn't I? I mean, I should probably bring a bucket of water down to these guys every day, but I don't have time. And I mean, they'd probably be doing a lot better if I did do that. And I harvested a heap of tomatoes, volunteer tomatoes from over there, around where the cows were buried and the chickens dug them up. And the tomatoes were dumped, and the chickens dug them up. I got some lovely sugar cane growing over there, which I'm going to harvest and propagate. My mulberry trees in here are not doing all that well, and I think that's probably because of lack of water, and I haven't watered them. I've got a small mulberry there that's doing okay. I've got a mulberry in there that the elderberry is taking over. That banana tree's pretty sad. And there's a mulberry in there that is just so small, it's being taken over by the elderberry, which is also not doing very well. And I think it's a lack of water again. I'm hoping it's not rising salt. Because yeah, the dam next door is just there, and we are only about 2 metres above sea level here. So I'm probably going to have to start considering planting plants that are salt hardy, as well as flood, able to cope with flood. It's starting to become a bit of a challenge. So yeah, the pigeon peas are doing well here. Yeah, I should probably take a bucket of water into each of those and give them some water. But it's time. It really is time. I mean, I do have the IBCs right next to them that have got water in them, so it's not like I have to get water from a long way away. There is ants everywhere. My goodness. Look at them. Lots and lots of ants. And they're not looking for higher ground either at the moment, which is unfortunate. It's usually a good sign that there's rain coming. And according to the Bureau of Meteorology, we don't have rain coming anytime soon. Saying there's a positive Indian Ocean dipole, or whatever that is, but it's keeping the rain and it's keeping the pressure systems over closer to Africa. So they're not coming here, which is going to delay our wet season. Not that we have a super wet season, but up north does, and their wet season's been delayed because of the positive Indian Ocean dipole. So the Bureau was saying yesterday that they're not expecting the wet season to start until late January, mid to late January. So I'm hoping that they're incorrect, because it's only a prediction. But yeah, not good news for farmers. Not good news at all. I mean, and I live on the coast. We get a lot more rain here than they do even out at the Lockyer Valley, which is where a lot of Brisbane's food comes from. And they're just not getting the rain out there. But we've got more grass here than they do. A lot more. I've actually got a watermelon growing over there. Just over there, a self-sown watermelon. So I volunteer. Quite excited about that. Looking forward to seeing some fruit coming in off that. But now we've got the trees down here watered. I'll go have a look at that moringa, which is what we came down for, wasn't it? You know, I think that pool water is a bit salty because I've noticed my hands feel really sticky after touching it. Now let's see how this moringa's doing. Set the water up so it can be filling up. Might have to look back at some of my previous videos, I think. But I think that is definitely a shoot. I can't get it to focus. I think there's some more over here. Oh, the one that's there's definitely died. But that tells me that they were shoots. There's definitely shoots on here. There's definitely shoots. Definitely some shoots. So I'll have to investigate that one. I might have to make sure I give this one some extra water because it's the only moringa I've got on the property at the moment. And moringa trees are so amazingly good for you. They're just a phenomenal source of nutrients. And supposedly they propagate really easily. Not that I've had a lot of luck with that so far. Just going to let that have a little bit more water. Because really those little pots aren't that big. I mean, that wouldn't even be 2 litres of water. Although hopefully it's getting to right where the roots are. My poor lemongrass and the rosemary's not dead yet. That's a good thing. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the moringa, by weight, has more vitamin C than oranges, more iron than spinach, more potassium than bananas, and it is just, apparently it's like a complete food. So it's got all your amino acids, it's got everything. It's just a really, really great nutrient. And I was listening to a video on the Big Family Homestead channel where Brad was talking about his rheumatoid arthritis and how the moringa has really transformed his life. And he's not having half the problems with his arthritis that he used to. Like, he can actually move now. He's still got osteoarthritis in his back and it hasn't helped that. But it has helped the rheumatoid arthritis. So if you've got rheumatoid arthritis, start growing some moringa. Apparently it grows in this area. It's supposed to be a tropical, subtropical tree. So by rights, it should grow here. Just like mulberries, should grow here. The problem is goats. Goats eat the mulberries. And that becomes a problem. It makes it hard for the mulberry to grow. Goats. I love my goats, but they do dreadful things to my plants. And I just got to get better at protecting my plants. Like that elderberry down there was a mulberry there that was twice as big as that, and the goat ate it. And I thought I had it nicely protected. And I protected it enough so that it couldn't get pulled out of the ground, but I didn't protect it enough so that the goat didn't eat all its branches. And all she had to do was reach one and pulled the rest down. Goats are very clever, very clever. See, I really should probably get, like ideally you'd want to get, like, the pallets. I can make really good cages with the pallets, and they work well to stop the the four-sided pallets. So I've got some over there around the mango trees. I don't know if you can see that from here. So I've got 2 mango trees down there that have got the pallets around them, and the sugar cane down there's got pallets around it. And it protects it nicely from the goats. This moringa, I'm pretty sure, is dead as a doornail. That's just a stick. And it happens. I mean, the gentleman that I got it from, he's actually going to replace the ones that haven't sprouted, so I'm stoked. I mean, I only paid $5 a stick, but he's basically said that he's more than happy to replace the ones that didn't germinate. Didn't propagate, I should say. So I'm really quite pleased about that. Oh, don't tell me. I think maybe a cat has dug up my weeping lily-pilly. I think it was a weeping lily-pilly. There's a weeping something. Something has eaten it. Oh, something has completely eaten it. And dug it up. Oh, man. That actually had... I don't even know what that is. I mean, that's not goats. I wonder if it's a hare. Oh, a hare may have done it. Oh, I'm going to get this cage and put it over the top of it. It'll at least give it some protection. Mind you, I should probably put it over the mulberry. It's probably in just as much danger. It's not good for that cage to be sitting there anyway with the bamboo leaves in it, because it's just going to rust it out. And honestly, this isn't actually one of my favourite trees. Maybe I should put it around the mulberry. I should go find all my other cages. But something has eaten that. I don't know what. Like, it doesn't have enough problems. But, I mean, everything around here is starting to really struggle. Just because of the lack of rain and the lack of vegetation. It's a serious problem. And as to what the solution is to it, I'm not sure. Permaculture have some fantastic solutions for growing in dry areas. And the best thing we can do is plant more trees and not let goats eat them. Don't let the goats eat the trees. It's a challenge. I need to plant more shrubby type things for the goats as forage for them. Because really, goats are not grazing animals. They're browsing animals. That's why they like the trees. They love, I mean, the pigeon pea they will take down to the ground. The mulberry, they love the mulberry. So I really should just plant strips and rows and rows and rows of pigeon peas and mulberries, and in time, that'll be great. And sheep and cows also like to browse as well. They are a grazing animal, but they will browse as well. And they do like eating the leaves. But hey, what do? Baby steps. Because the more things you plant, the more things you've got to water, and the more things it takes to grow. If we get a really good wet year, that'll be the ideal time for me to start planting. And my plan is, come January, when the supposed wet season is going to start, is to actually plant a whole heap of mulberry cuttings and pigeon pea seeds and just cover the paddocks with them and make it so that I can rotationally graze these animals better. Because at the moment, these 2 paddocks have got the best grass in the entire property. And for the life of me, that's got me bamboozled, because they've got the goats on it constantly eating it. It's not even getting time to recover. Whereas those paddocks, they've had nothing in them since I sold the cows. And those paddocks just have not recovered at all. They just haven't. I mean, there's a couple of spots that haven't done too badly. And strangely enough, that's around where things are. And it's probably condensation and fog. Like, Look at that, grass is growing beautifully there. Condensation is my guess, and that sort of thing, so it runs off and it's not getting as much sun. So I need to get my shade cloths back up again. Like, look at this. This was all just as low as all that stuff. I should just move this stuff over and let it shade a different spot of the property. It's very interesting to just observe what happens and how things recover and how things don't recover. I mean, down around that gum tree is just shocking. It's just not recovered at all. But this isn't getting the goats milked, and I've got to juggle goats at this point. So now what I've been doing is Marbella goes on the chain. Mary, if I'm lucky, goes on the chain over there. Then I get Dana. Then I get feed for Laura and Marbella, and I put it over in the other paddock. Then I go milk Dana. Then I go milk Mary. And even that becomes a challenge, trying to get them back in the paddock, because Marbella's just a big bossy boots. She's just a big bossy boots. I seriously don't have a lot of water in that IBC. Well, it should be running a bit better than that. I'm going to stick this down here. The goats do have another water container, so this isn't the only one. So don't panic and think that I haven't been watering my goats. But I'll put that in there and I'll turn that off once I've finished milking. But yeah, anyway, any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. I might put some more wood chips down here. Make it a bit thicker even. Anyway, got more to do. Look at these cracks. I mean, it's not as bad as here. I mean, check that out. That's shocking. This is actually where those logs were. They were all piled up on top of each other. And Tyler helped me by putting some here in a strip to make a garden edge. And the rest of them he put over there that have become a pile of grass. But yeah, it's interesting. Actually, the grass underneath these welded mesh panels is doing better than that grass. Interesting observation. And that's what permaculture is all about, observing, looking at what nature's doing and observing it, finding out what works and mimic it. System of design. Anyway, have a great one. Bless you.